to the Conscious Crank Show. It's your man DJ Cabellero. Alchemy and Black Magic. Letting you know that your melanin, your blood which produces melanin, which is magic. Okay? Alchemy. Alright? It's the book of alchemy. Learn the secrets of the alchemist to transform mind, body, and soul. Right?
Lord knows that my people do. Man, I come on, show them count. Lord knows how my people do. My OGs told me they better never catch me out here back in the trap. Cause you the one to get us out of here. So they told me they was crap. Boy, you got a gift. Go hard and get back. Dig in like a tick. And so these niggas run. I'm the one that's about to make it. Whole city going crazy. Niggas getting locked down from the feds. Now it's time for me to pull them out. My real niggas gon' get it. Trapping out the band though. My mixtapes gon' kill it. But I'm trapping out the band though. I've been patiently awaiting. And y'all been waiting, being patient. Trying to put my city on. And I know the ones that been hating. And I know the ones that been faking. But I won't get a chance to talk about. It's a damn shame, it's the same ones. If you play the music, nigga, I'm bad. Pussy nigga, what you talking about? You say you run the city, nigga. You say you run the city, nigga. I put them out, got it. I put them out, got it. I put them out, got it.
So let's just get a brief overview. The Book of Alchemy. Alchemy is the most frequently described as the process of transmuting base metal to obtain gold. However, production of gold for its material benefits had never been the true end of alchemy. Alchemy at its most pure is a symbolic activity, an allegory of the process whereby humanity's leading nature is transformed into a pure, untainted state. Alchemists think of their activity as sacred science that penetrates nature's secrets, as leads sincere seekers to union with the divine and oneness with the world. The Book of Alchemy is a unique and fascinating guide to the mysteries of this secret and profound science. A rich history of the Western tradition of alchemy precedes a description of the principles of alchemical thought and the archetypal symbols and process of the alchemical transformation. These concepts include the four elements of ancient tradition: fire, air, water, and earth, and the seven main stages of the great work, the term used by alchemists to describe the conscious effort to attain the perfection of one's soul. Comprehension of these principles can lead us to understand the deepest meaning underlying the world in which we live. This inspiring involvement presents meditations and stunning illustrations of alchemical emblems. It also gives instruction for making beneficial alchemical potions using easy to obtain herbs and equipment. The author shows you how you can harness the power of alchemy to improve your physical, spiritual, and mental well-being and bring greater equilibrium into your life. Alright? So if you can, go cop this book. I paid $9 for it. Real quickly, I want you to guess this tune. Alright? Can you guess this hip-hop classic?
Producer MC, Cabellero, producer MC, Cabellero, producer MC, smash mouth, Cabellero, producer MC, Cabellero, producer, MC. And Cabellero, producer, MC. Smash mouth hip-hop. Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. I'll be the teacher, make you work that brain. Named them up in nature, cause she made that thing rain. Rich, yeah. We went from poor to rich. Rich, yeah. We went from poor to rich. Canna, rubber, ever love life. Ever obstacles, don't even think twice. Straight from the project, surviving is your life. Amongst the simple-minded man, results can be trite. I'm on up and be more, way down in PA. Winter time, I'm on the slope skiing up in PA. Weekends down the south, we rockin' Club Barcelona. Stop by Wet Willie's, man, we sippin' on a tall, exotic, brown skin, be rotted. When she move that, she get naked, so hypnotic. That animal instinct on that you rap. She looking for an orgasm and love my style. Take my name, Cabellero, producer, MC. Smash mouth hip-hop. Washington, D.C. I'll be the teacher, make you work that brain. Named them up in nature, cause she made that thing rain.
Man, I know I threw seeds around my yard, but tell me, am I tripping? Or are these just weeds? My connoisseurs. No, I ain't ever had a green thumb, but I like these some damn weird plants, herbs, and weeds. But I do remember I would come out back and dump my seeds in the backyard. So, and as I was getting ready to trim the yard, I saying to myself, what the hell did I do? And I got a lot of plants. Help me. Am I tripping on these baby herbs? Yeah, I'm in my alchemist, but marijuana ain't one of the things I've been growing. But I'm trying to figure out some of these plants here. If my man KT the arts degree, the botanist, red blue pill. You know what I'm saying? I tripped when I seen crystallization. Man, am I tripping? What was that? Wild herbs growing in my backyard. I need to clean up over here. Like, tell me, let the trees grow so the neighbors can be all nosy in the summertime when I, open the pool and shit. You don't know what pervert. So I like my shit blocked. So, nobody be looking at my kids or none of that. Or me and the wife might want to go skinny dipping or something. You know what I'm saying? So I let the backyard bloom up. I don't want to trim the trees. I want to be natural. Now we got to cut all this for kids.
Success and loyalty loyalty is. Success and loyalty is. Success and loyalty is everything. So when I'm talking, I study these bras like Martin Luther King. You know it's your girl Madam, right? When he's on movement, don't that be psyched, girl. You got stuck on the engineers, right? I look hate on you, but I'm back. And we working. Came from the block. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that. I'm trying to get this money, yeah, I'm trying to get them stacks. See, I'ma ride with you, and I'ma ride with that.
Favorite books to read is Symbology by Professor Griff. Symbology, the Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. Book 2. Right? And we all know Professor Griff, Public Enemy. This is guys that directed Fight the Power and Fear of a Black Planet. And this is a good book to cop. Get on his website, professorgriff.me. Alright? And the contents breaks down as racism, economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics of politics, rely on versus religion, sex, war. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He got 10. It's similar to, was fascinating, similar to Lily Fuller's book, The Nine Interests, Code Concept, Independent Code Concept, because he breaks down the 9 areas of people activity of racism, white supremacy. Alright? And those are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. So you kind of see the cross-reference. Professor Griff is taking on, but he added racism. You know what I mean? So, and he goes into detail to break it down, the origins, the things they do today that's representative, that subconsciously draws you to want it. But he also give you some science and knowledge from our ancestors, the symbols, the Adinkra symbols. You know what I mean? Get corrupted, like you think that's a swastika, the Nazi sign, right? No, that's mean good luck. See, they know this. They put some hate behind it to make you think it's a symbol of hate, like the cross and the swastika. They took that symbol. Very detailed book, but then it shows the original symbol of the swastika in its 12,000-year-old history. You understand? Ethiopia, Congo, China, Japan, Lebanon, Tibet. Before the white man was even on this earth, those were sacred symbols. Right? So that's negative, that's positive. So for them, it's positive. But you see, they made it crooked. Right? So they put their twist on it. But it's been a symbol for over 12,000 years. From the Aztecs to the Hopi. And that's again, see, positive, negative. Negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative. First books I read when I was a kid. This is a very detailed book by Professor Griff.
And why you trying to smile? The heck was going high. Work my way up the ladder, bagging dope on the platter. Chemistry in the Pyrex, trying to lock up the batter. Long work my way up the ladder, bagging dope on the platter. Chemistry in the Pyrex, trying to lock up the batter. Long work my way up the ladder, back work my way up the ladder. Back work my way up, 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 work my way up the ladder. Bagging dope on the platter. Chemistry in the Pyrex, trying to lock up the batter. Lonely nights in the corner, lime juice and Corona. Save the life from others, chose at times they were dishonest. Fast cash was addictive, be the shooter or the victim, be the buyer or the seller. Life is a DVD and I'm just previewing the trailer. Coppers they trying to nail us, crucified for death, the drugs purchase the war. I came up with the have-nots, not no snap-nots. I was born an addict, word to the homie right now. He vowed to find a way out, who dreams of the day route. He vowed to find, 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 he vowed to find a way out. Who dreams of the day route. Crime life was a bond and what our life was how we pay out. He vowed to find a way out. Who dreams of the day route. Crime life was a bond and what our life is how we pay out. No vowed to find a way out. Who dreams of the day route. Crime life was a bond and what our life is how we pay out. No, we vowed to find a way out. Who dreams of the day route. Crime life was a bond and what our life is how we pay out. No food in the cupboard, make me stay out just a little longer. Trying to feed your little hunger, get you some little gear, ice your little ear, get the fattest bitch in the hood to start giving that red up, making shit up, right? Well, I'm alright, fuck it, I come to the club and tell them, yeah. Shout out to you sneaky niggas. Don't joke with you sneaky niggas. For what? I know you hate to see me shining, nigga. So what? And I don't owe a nigga nothing but a...
And in this episode of Conscious Crank, I'm try to, for my ones that's not in the knowledge, alright, just trying to show you that we are magic and how to understand what our magic is. Now, the so-called Caucasoid, European, white man, whatever you want to call it, or you could just say other races know what we have. Magic is melanin. So I'm going to use this game that I bought at 5 and below, and we're going to read it to understand what we possess within us. If you got melanin in your body, you can get from light brown, from copper colored, or tan, just that melanin, all shades, black people, so-called black people, Moors, indigenous, original, blood type O. You understand? It's the blood. The magic is the blood, the melanin. That's why they sacrificing. You know, the Bible have sacrificing animals, but to them, we are the animals. So they sacrificing us. That's what these deaths about. Because once they kill us, you be like, well, if they killing us, what can they do with us? They want the body parts and the blood. Alright? Understand that. It's to help you understand why it's a dialysis center. Why they got you on these meds. Because they can fuck you up and kill you. Take your blood, clean it, and it's back to magic. You understand? So we just going to read the instructions and try to get a cross-reference. Alright? The multiverse consists of infinite planes of existence. Most beings live and die without ever knowing that their world is not the only one, but they are extraordinary few who are born with the spark. If their sparks ignite, these rare mages are the only ones capable of traveling to myriad planes of the multiverse, where they can reach heights of power otherwise impossible to achieve. They are known as planeswalkers. When the planeswalkers battle is a confrontation that can shake a plane to its foundation. Now is your chance to play as one and wield the bound power of planeswalkers. Alright. So they got 5 characters. Alright. So we're gonna Gideon Jura. Gideon is a planeswalker who doesn't hesitate to enter combat. He's a natural fighter driven by his unyielding sense of justice. In the face of danger, he can be both immovable wall and an unstoppable force, relying on his magic to shrug off physical harm. Then we have Jace Beleren. Jace is a specialist in mind magic, telepathy, illusion, and memory modification. He can gaze into the hands of others, discovering even closely guarded secrets. Curiosity has always gotten the better of Jace, and there's a whole multiverse of secrets to discover. Next, we have Liliana Vess. Cunning and ambition to a fault, Liliana is quietly becoming one of the multiverse's most dangerous planewalkers. She specializes in necromancy, the power to reanimate the dead and corrupt the living. She refuses to accept her own morality and seeks to conquer death by controlling it. Chandra Nala. Subtlety has no place where Chandra is concerned. She wields the power of pyromancy, spells of fire, and more fire. She is impulsive, passionate, short-tempered, and ready to explode in the face of anyone who challenges her independence. Nissa Ravane. Nissa is an elf planeswalker who has a deep connection to the land itself. With her magic, she summons massive elementals, waking the land to life in order to defend the natural world. When the land is threatened, she responds with the sword, bow, and spell. Alright? So, just think about black people you know. Whether they in the knowledge or not. Those characteristics. You understand? So, I'm using the white man's game because they have an understanding of our knowledge and science, because when they won the war, they raided the libraries. We taught them these mystical arts, which they formed into their religion. But they practice black magic. Or it's white magic to them because they're melanin deficient. For us, it's black magic. It's natural. But we have to remain calm, meditate, drink water, and know that we are gods. You understand? Not believe, but know that we are gods to wield our own magic. And if you notice, there's 2 men, 3 women.
This ain't no survey. I do what the fuck I want. Kamika, who is down there? Woman with a bad bride, now she ain't a blind there. I put my clip in her, all I gotta do is aim straight and watch her rip through any target that get in the way. They get it in you, nigga. I point that she ain't blue, yeah. So don't make me bring her back like a replay. Step out like a car parked in the hallway. So if you thinking in here, you better act straight. Cause you stay close to me and she never late. Pass the time to me like a replay. I got you on this remix and my DJ got a DJ. My DJ got a DJ. My DJ got a DJ. Hey, my DJ got a DJ. My DJ got a DJ. Got a DJ. Got a DJ. Hey, my DJ got a DJ. My DJ got a DJ. Hey, my DJ got a DJ. My DJ got a DJ. Got a DJ. Got a DJ.
Pussy let it down and I don't care about the love. They can lick the top half of the bottom of my balls. I'm a dead man walking on snow when I ain't sleep.